Hi everyone, welcome to Edumoon. I'm Vikas. Welcome to the day 2 series of Edumoon workshop series on the topic of Foundations of Data Science using Python by Dr. Nagraju garu from NIT Nagaland. I hope that yesterday's session is very innovative and informative, and we got a very good response from you all. And those who missed yesterday's session, you can just watch it in the YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Edumoon. You can just go to the Edumoon and click playlist, and there you can watch the series. And now let's welcome our speaker who explains concepts in an easier way, which can be easily understood by you all. Let's welcome Dr. Nagraju garu. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Vikas. Thank you, Professor PSR, sir, Principal Andhra University College of Engineering Autonomous, for introducing me to the bunch of students who are actually working in a innovative way to reach different student community for knowledge sharing. So it's a very good opportunity for everyone through Edumoon to have some kind of knowledge sharing. Now, I would like to share some knowledge today on handling data or data handling using Python. So, because our workshop is mainly emphasized on foundations of data science using Python. So, the first step is definitely to collect data. So, without data, you can't have any progress in any level of project in data science. So, the first session was a motivational talk yesterday, and today I just want to tell you one more thing before I start the proceedings. In case if you have any doubt, I think because it is live on YouTube, you can write your questions in comments so that I request Mr. Vikas to interrupt me at any point of time in case if you have any difficulty in understanding. And if you want me to explain any concept again, I will be happy to help you. Right? So today's session 2 is about data handling using Python. So I am not sure how many of you are well aware of the concepts or the foundations of Python. So for the benefit of each and every participant, maybe for 15 to 20 minutes of time, I will try to explain you some primitive data structures available in Python for data handling. Then today I am going to discuss few concepts about the package called as Pandas in Python. So Pandas is a library. Some of you might be aware of, some of you might be hearing about Pandas for the first time. But in a simple way, I will try to explain everything with the help of a PDF material for session 2, and each and every concept I am going to explain you by writing the program live in front of you. So with this brief introduction about session 2, let us start our session, and I am very much pleased to represent the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, National Institute of Technology, Nagaland, my parent institute. And I am very proud to say that I am a alumni of Andhra University. I have studied BTech and MTech from Andhra University College of Engineering, Madhyapalam, Visakhapatnam. Right. So Python is installed in my machine, and I use Notepad++ software. I have already shared with you guys about how to install Python, how to install Python libraries, and how to customize Notepad++. See, Notepad++ is a simple text editor which I am going to use to write Python programs. I suggest all the student community not to use Jupyter or any Python IDE. This might be very much strange that a faculty is asking you not to use IDE. Any integrated development environments are very much useful for programmers to write programs. But I insist all the student community not to use any IDE. What is the reason? Academics are to lay strong foundations. Industry is for implementing a task in an efficient and faster manner. In academic, if you use or if you learn any programming language using IDE, you will not be able to expertise about writing the logic, and you will not be able to handle the syntax in an efficient manner, because IDE makes you lazy in knowing the syntax, because it itself prompts, because it IDE gives you prompt pop-ups through which you will not learn anything. Okay, so this is a very common thing which I always tell my students not to use any IDE. But when you go to the industry, I prefer you can use IDE such that you don't waste your time and energy in learning syntax. Hope this is very much clear to you all. So these are the thumb rules that my PhD supervisor has taught me. So I have created a shortcut for launching Notepad++. The shortcut is NPP. So how to create a shortcut? I have already shared you, I think, in the document. And if you have any doubts, I can also share it with you today if anything clarification is required in WhatsApp groups. So let us quickly understand data handling in Python. So the PDF will be shared with you after the session. Today I will just introduce, okay, for 10 minutes or 15 minutes time about Python data structures. Okay. So the first primitive data structure is Python list. So let us write understand Python list.py. See, to save some time, I have already written some programs. I am going to explain you the programs line by line. For example, what is a list? What is a list? Okay. So a list is something which is enclosed in square bracket. So if you want me to rewrite, I can also write again. List is group of elements. It can be empty also. For example, my list equal to square brackets open and square bracket close. And print my list. I save the program, I close the text editor, and then py understand list.py. You can see an empty list which is displayed. Here you can clearly see that an empty list is displayed. So let me open the same program again and try to update it. So as I told you, it's a list of elements. Let us try to understand what is the type of my list. What is type of my list? Type means the data type. So when I am executing again, you can clearly see a list is an object of class list. Python is an 100% object oriented programming language or scripting language, right? So everything is a reference object. Everything is a reference here. Sometimes we may say variable, but understand, anybody says variable in Python, actually they mean to say it's a reference variable of a class. Basically, it's an object of any class. Then, as my list is a group of variables, you can also say my list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can print my list. No need to print the type of my list. So you can clearly see here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has come. So list is a group of same data type elements. List is a group of same data type elements. That's what we have achieved here. Similarly, list is a group of different data type elements also. So what I mean to say, you can say you can define my list equal to 1, 2, 3.14, 6.78, and then you can say Python. So there are three different combinations here: integer, floating point, and also a string. Clearly, you can see that it is allowing you to have different data type elements also. Then list is iterable. Iterable means we can access. Iterable means we can access individual elements. I hope everybody is following, and Vikas, kindly see that if anybody is writing comments where any doubts are asked, you can stop me. So iterable
Yes,
means,
I'm seeing, sir. As of now, there's no doubt, sir.
yeah. In case if there is any doubt, you can stop me.
Sure, sir, sure.
Iterable means we can access individual elements with index. Index start with 0. Like array in C language, index starts with 0. Similarly, so I can say for element or for X, anything. Simply for element in my list, colon. See, this is a basic funda. Like there is no, in C language, you are going to write something like this: I equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus, then open the curling brace, close the curling brace, and then write printf percentage d something something, right? So this kind of syntax is not available in Python, but the syntax has been simplified. For element in my list, for element in my list colon, then you have to give some indentation. Simply print element. So let us try to understand. When the group of elements are given in line number 9, let me print type of my list. In the WhatsApp group, I will share one YouTube video series of lectures where I taught Python from basics to advanced level. Right? It's a 15 hours lecture series. You can also follow that and learn more about Python. Today we are not going to discuss more about Python, but to concentrate on data handling using Python. Okay, but this is a fundamental knowledge which is required. Now I will type a data type of element. See, in line number 11, I am asking the compiler, the interpreter of Python, to tell me type of my list. But in line number 17, I am asking the Python interpreter to give me the type of individual element in the my list. Okay. Now let me execute it. So you can clearly see from these two highlighted output statements that as a whole, it belongs to a class list as a whole. But individual items are concerned, clearly it says the first two variables are class objects of integer. The next two elements are, the third one is a floating point object, followed by two integer objects, and then finally you have a string object. So that's the beauty of Python, right? So individually it is an object, but as a group it's a list. So in this manner, you can also access an individual element. Now, let us try to understand one more small concept called as tuple. The only difference between tuple and list is the way you represent. There are two differences. There are two differences. The first one is, see, my list, the name I am changing to my tuple, but you can see clearly in line number 2, which is highlighted, you have a normal angular bracket instead of square bracket. So Tuple is also group of similar data type elements. Tuple can be group of different data type elements. Tuple is also iterable. Tuple is also iterable. Okay, then what is the difference between a tuple and list? We will try to understand. So let me execute. Understand tuples.py. See, output is almost one and the same. Here you can see clearly it is a class tuple. So tuple is a class, and whenever you are declaring something in angular brackets, then it will consider it as object of type class. Sorry, tuple, class tuple. Then what is the difference between a list and a tuple? Now let us go to the list. See, delete. Del means delete. List is mutable. List is mutable. That means the size of the list can be altered. For example, delete my list of 1. So in this particular list, what is my list of 1? Or you can have my list of 3. My list of 3 means this is 0 index, 1, 2 and 3. The value 6 is in my list of 3. So I am deleting it, and then I am printing it again. Clearly you can see this is before delete, and then here you can see there is 6 is gone. So we have altered the list, the size of the list. You can change the values, you can increase the list, you can decrease the list, you can remove the entire list also. Okay, but tuple is immutable. Tuple is immutable. Means the size of the tuple cannot be changed in execution time. So that is the major difference between a tuple and a list. Tuples are used in many places. Like now you can see clearly, tuple object does not support item deletion. Why? Because tuple is an immutable object. Tuples are used exclusively in return values of a function. Tuples are also used in Python database connectivity. If you want to know more, watch my video series for better understanding. Today we are not going to explain, see, I am not going to explain you Python database connectivity. Okay, but you can also learn from my YouTube videos which are uploaded by some other institute. I have hand usually I teach in different institutes, so you can also make use of it. Okay, so that's about list and tuple. Let me open something called as dictionary. So simple in real time. See, there is something in orange color lines. Simple. 3 single quotes followed by 3 single quotes is multi-line comments. Like this. Okay, you know what is a comment, right? Something which is part of the program but ignored in the execution of the program. So in real time, a dictionary will have word and its meanings. So in Python, a dictionary is a key value pair. The key and value pair. So for example, see here, my dictionary data equal to the key is name, the values are Nishal and Nihal. Key is age, and the values are 7. That means Nishal age is 7, Nihal age is 5. So they are my children. So this is just a basic, and I am going to tell you more about using dictionaries in this particular session when I am talking about Pandas library. So you can see clearly that the dictionary has been given. So this is also one way to represent data. So you can represent the data in terms of a list, you can represent data in terms of a dictionary, in a tuple, and also as a set. So you know set, right, in mathematics. The same thing here. So there are two ways that you can define a set. One by making use of a function. My set equal to set function. Or you can also include in curling brace. See, curling brace is used in dictionary, curling brace is used in set. Then what is the difference? Dictionary will have key value pair, but set will have only multiple values without any key value pairs. Okay. So now you can clearly see the output, and the only difference is set is an unordered group of items. There is no indexing. But whereas list has indexing. See, I may be little bit fast because I am expecting that you might have heard about these kind of basic concepts. But anyways, when I am talking about the data handling using Pandas library, I will go a little slow. You can see the output clearly that there is also an object called as set, and it is unordered items. There is no indexing. So with this very brief introduction about the primitive data structures, let us try to understand Pandas library, right? Or Pandas package, right? So Pandas is basically for data handling and data analysis. So you can, I am going to share you the PDF where everything is written, some kind of theory, and then we can see Pandas library, right? So Pandas is for almost like it's a very powerful data structure used exclusively for handling data. Okay, then what are the key features? So theory is up to you. You can read. I will only explain you the practical things. So in Pandas, there are actually three different data frames: series and panel. Okay, so how you represent data using Pandas library, right? So there are three data structures. One is series. Series means it's one dimensional. The most frequently used and a very famous data structure is called as Pandas data frame. So it's a two-dimensional. There is a three-dimensional called as panel, PANEL, which is not mentioned in the PDF, but it is also there. So today's session, we will try to understand more about handling data using data frames. So a data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. It's a combination of rows and columns. Combination of rows and columns. And see in my PDF, I have written clearly what you have to write and what will be the output. Clearly, I have written everything. So let me tell you the program. Hold on. understand pandas.py is a simple program for you to explain the basics of pandas library. Okay, so in a single program, I have written multiple comments. Okay, so one by one I will comment, uncomment, and I will explain. I am going to share this program with you guys so that you can also learn after the session. You can also practice. Okay, so the first set of statements, don't see the orange color lines, only see the uncommented part. So how to create an empty data frame in Pandas? So you need to install Pandas from a command called as pip install Pandas. Here you will get a message right now saying that requirement already satisfied. But ideally, when you are doing or when you are executing this command for the first time, then the Pandas library will be installed in your machine. So you can see that requirement already satisfied means programs are already, the package is already installed. Okay, so after the packages are installed, you need to import like hash include stdio.h in key language. Similarly, you need to write that import statement. So import pandas means it will import the library pandas. How to create a data frame? Inside the package pandas, there is a method called as data frame. So you can see here pandas dot means package dot method. Pandas dot D capital F capital. Pandas dot data frame create an empty data frame without any data. Without any data. So let me execute and show you the output. So I am printing it. If you want to know what is the type of this, you can also execute a statement like print type of my data frame. So instead of my data frame, you can also write ABC, you can write X, anything. But I always prefer to use a very meaningful name for all the objects or the variables or even a function or a program name. Understand pandas.py. It may take a while to give the output, but let us wait for the output. Now clearly you can see that it's an empty data frame. There is nothing, no columns. Index means row. Index means rows. No rows, no columns. And you can see it belongs to a class called as pandas.core.frame.dataFrame. That means inside pandas, there is a subpackage called as core. Inside that subpackage core, there is one more subpackage called as frame. In that there is data frame. Okay, so it belongs to the class pandas core frame data frame. So because any doubts still here, request the participants to tell me, are you able
As
to
of
follow
now,
me?
no, sir. As of now, there's no doubt, sir.
I will give a 1 minute
Everyone,
time. Yeah, I will
yes,
give 1 minute pause here so that if anybody
okay.
has doubt, let them type so that I will come to know.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure. So, guys, if you have any doubts, you can just simply type in the comment sections and we will be replying you to it. And everyone just good evening, good evening. That's it. And the attendance for today will be posted in the group shortly. After the session over, everything will be posted in your WhatsApp group. So just fill up with your full names to get your e-certificates also. Yeah. So if you have any, just type it. Okay. And also this whole recording is being live streamed to YouTube right now, as you can see. And this will be recorded and again will be saved in your shared and also will be shared in your group. So don't need to worry. Everything is being recorded.
From the participants end.
It's very there are
Hello,
no doubts
Vikas.
actually. Yes, sir. This is from one participant, sir. I mean, everyone are telling it's going good. No one has doubts until now.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yes.
Now let me create a simple data frame from a list. That's why I just gave an introduction about a list couple dictionary. Now you can see clearly, suppose I am defining my list data as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then initially in line number 4, you can see I just called the method data frame of Pandas package. Now I am also calling the same method, but I am passing the list here. What I am passing? My list data. What is my list data in line number 10? I have defined a list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then let us print the data frame. I will execute the program now. You will get a different output right now. Now you see the data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what is the 0 here? This is the column. And what is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4? These are the index, that is rows. Row 0, column 0, value is 1. Row 1, column 0, the value is 2, and so on. So as I told you, you may wonder, see, I have given a single dimension. It looks like a single dimension, right? But clearly you will know that it's a data frame which you have created from a single dimension list. Okay. So I hope it is very much clear. Now let us create a data frame from, let us complicate things, from list of lists. Let us create a data frame from list of list. Okay, here you can see that my list data equal to, basically it's a list. See here. So let me, it's a list because there is a square bracket here, the red color one, in line number 17 and 19. Inside there are sub lists like Nishal 7, Nihal 5, Nihan 1, Nihan 6. Okay. So this is how you define a list of sublists. Okay. Then,
So there's a doubt, sir, from a student.
yes, Mr. Vikas.
Sir, there's a doubt, sir, from a student. In data frame, only lists are used, he asked.
No. I have not come to the end.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
please wait. Not only
Okay.
list, there are so many things in data frame. I have
Okay.
not come to the end. Okay,
Yes.
fine. I'm just telling you how to create an empty data frame, then a data frame from a list, then data frame from list of list. After that, I am going to give you tuple, dictionary, and then finally, you can also create a data frame from an Excel file. You can create a data frame from a comma separated value file, which I am going to explain you. Now, see, I have, if you give my list of data, my list data in a data frame, let us try to observe the output. Clearly, you can see that the columns and rows are indexed with 0, 1 and 0, 1, 2, 3. If you want your own column label, you have to give like this, comma, columns equal to name, age. Then let us observe the output. Same output, but the column will have labels now. I think everybody might have observed the difference between the two outputs. One, I have simply given in this manner. In this way, then I have given my list data columns equal to. So you are labeling your own customized columns. Hope this is clear, and we will move on. The next example. See here, I am creating a list from a dictionary. I am creating some theory is written for you. You can also read it later on when I am sharing the program with you. So import pandas. First, you are defining my dictionary data equal to name, Nishal, Nihal, Nihan, Shubham, then age 7514. It's a dictionary. So you can also mention my dictionary data. It's not required actually. But anyways, the dictionary will be printed, and then I am calling the data frame method with my dictionary data. Okay. So somebody asked that only list is used in data frame. No. You can also create a data frame from a dictionary. Now, clearly you can see that from the dictionary, a data frame has been created. Okay. Now, let us move on to the next topic. Same. There are some. There is some dictionary which is given, and did you observe by default? See, I have not created the column labels, but the key becomes the label of the column by default. See here, it is not 0 and 1, it is name and age. But rows are still labeled with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., etc. Right? So if you want your own label for the rows, then you have to write index equal to. Only when you are using a dictionary, the columns will be by default labeled with the keys. But if you want the label for the rows in a customized manner, then you have to write. You can create a data frame by calling my dictionary data frame method of pandas package by passing the dictionary and by writing the index labels. Now let me execute this basic funda of how to represent a data frame. Simple data frames. These are all simple data frames. Now you see. Oh, sorry, I might not have saved the program. That's why the earlier output has come. Let me execute again. You can see the difference now. Yeah, you can see there are customized labels. So this is how a simple data frame is created with simple data. The data frame is created with small amount of data, right? But ideally, when we talk about data science, you want a huge amount of data, right? You want huge amount of data. Fine. Now, many of you might have observed an Excel file. For example, let me go to one directory. Everybody know Excel file, right? So you might be aware of Excel file, but you may not know how to create an Excel file with the data from Python program. See here, there is an Excel file, semester 1 marks, semester 2 marks. You can see clearly that 2000 students data is there and some marks are there. This is an Excel file, right? So I am going to teach you a concept like, see, if you want to load the data, right, you need the data first. So now I am going to teach a creative concept called as data fabrication. So what is data fabrication? Fabricating data means creating our own dummy data for learning the concepts of data handling. Make sure you do not use fabricated data in live projects or research, but to learn data handling using Pandas, Python library, you can definitely learn data fabrication. Okay, so today I am going to explain you how to create our own data in Excel workbook, and if time permits, comma separated value file. So we are going to learn file handling in Python. File handling is already available in C language, C++, Java, but it's a very strong concept that we are going to learn. So when I am going to explain you data fabrication, part and parcel, you are going to learn some concepts in file handling in Python. So let's get started. So let me open a file. See, this knowledge will come with practice. Okay. So there is one package called as Excel Writer, XLWT. Okay. So what you have to do? You have to first do pip install XLWT. For me, it will say requirement already satisfied. Why? Because I have installed. But for you, you need to install it. Okay. Similarly, uh, install it. The command pip install XLWT. Okay. But OS and by default package which comes from Python installation. Similarly, random method also comes by default with Python. No need to do pip install OS. No need to do pip install random. Okay. So what I am going, why I am using OS and why I am using random, I will tell you now in a simple way. Why I am using, right? So NPP, why we are using OS package .py. I'm writing a small program for that. Okay. So import OS. We are importing the package. Basically, OS is operating system, but any command line program. Suppose if you want to copy a file, sorry, if you want to open a file, if you want to search a, not open a file, if you want to search a file, you need to use the package OS. For example, see here. My file name equal to, let us ask the user to enter a file name. Enter a file name to search. Enter a file name. That's all, simple. So input is like printf. Sorry, get s. Sorry, put s. Extremely sorry. It is like put s. I'm sorry. Exclusively, please excuse me. It is like get string, like get s in C language, right? Not like scanf, get string. Okay. So input means you are going to read a string from a keyboard. So printf, you can say the file name you entered is, I just want to give the file name, my file name. Okay. Now inside the OS, there is a sub package called as path. Inside the path, there is a method called as is file. os.path.is file will search whether the file is available or not. Okay. So file exists equal to, and if the file is available, it will give true. If the file is not available, it will return false. Okay. So let me print the result. Let me execute it. The OS package is not only for searching files, for so many things, but in this Data handling, I am using the OS package for searching the existence of a file. For example, I will say abc.txt, which is definitely not available. Oh, somewhere I used printf by mistake. So abc.txt, it says false. Why? Because abc.txt never exists. So let me give some other file name. Let me give another file name. It is available. Now you can see that true is coming. So for this purpose, I am going to use the OS package. Okay. Then it is very easy for you to understand. It is very easy to understand the complete program here. Then why I am using random? Why random package is used? .py. It's very simple. Random package allows the user to generate some random numbers, pick some random element from a list. Numbers can be integers, numbers can be floating point. Okay, so let us see. My random number equal to, see here, random dot rand int. You have to give the range. For example, 1 comma 100. So it picks one number from 1 to 100. You can see clearly 42 has come. Now 26, 52, 27, 59, 3. So it picks randomly some numbers. Not only my float, random float number equal to random dot uniform, means uniform is a method which will pick, for example, 1.00 comma 10.00. Then you can say print my random float number. So you can also say that integer number, my random integer number and my random float number. See here, an integer is selected, a floating point is also selected. Not only that, you can say my list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You may wonder what is this kind of random numbers generation? What is searching in a file name when the concept is foundations of data science using Python? Right? I am going to explain you that. Then you will realize the creativity in using our brain for data handling in Python from Pandas libraries. So you can say my random element, my random list element equal to, you can say random dot choice. Choice needs a list and automatically it will pick one element from the list randomly. Now let me execute. Now you will get three outputs. See, one is a random integer, another one is a floating point, the last one is one of the element from the list. Hope it is very much clear. Okay. Now my idea is to create our own data. My idea is to create our own data, right? So for that, everybody follow me now. Okay, that's fine. So let me go to session 2 and then yeah, see here. I am asking to enter the file name, an Excel file name, right? Then I am verifying whether that file is available or not. If it is not available, if not file exists, then see here. First, I am creating the Excel workbook, Excel WT dot workbook. For example, maths, then you can say physics, then you can say chemistry. In engineering, these are the subjects, right? Okay, let me just tell you the basics of any Excel sheet. Just give me a moment. I am opening one Excel file. See, this entire Excel file is called as workbook. In the workbook, you have sheet. See here, SEM1 marks, then SEM2 marks. You can add one more sheet also, like this. You can add. So, first you have to create an workbook object. In that workbook object, you have to create a sheet object. In the sheet only, you can write some data. Okay. So, in my program also, I am creating a workbook object by calling the package excelwt dot workbook method. Then my workbook is the object. That my workbook dot add sheet SEM1 marks. So in 0th row, 0th column, 0th row first column, 0th row second column, chemistry. You can also say my sheet 1 dot write. Write means it is writing into that Excel file. Okay, it is creating an object. 0 gamma 3. You can say engineering drawing. It's also a subject, right? In first semester, most likely engineering drawing. Then you can also say my sheet 1 dot write 0 comma 4. I believe that C programming with different names is definitely a subject. Okay, so I added some 5 subjects. Similarly, in SEM2, I am creating semester 2 marks. Then in semester 2, let me write some subjects like discrete mathematics. Then electrical science or electrical machines. Then, for example, next electronic devices and circuits. Just an example. Then my sheet 2 dot write 0,3 database management systems. Then my sheet 2 dot write. I hope there is no comment section because where there are not where students are not able to follow data structures.
Sure. Actually, there are one comment. I mean, which is ID? Which ID? By the way, one guy asked.
Which IDE?
We are using.
Notepad++. It's not an IDE. It's a text editor like Notepad.
Yes.
It's
That's
just
the only
a
doubt.
it's just a text editor. It's like a normal Notepad. I am not using. That's what I told her. Don't use IDE. How to install Notepad++? I think you people know. If you want, I will send a small document for that.
Yes, that's the only doubt, sir. I mean, until now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I have created some more 5 subjects in sheet 2. Then I want to write 2000 students marks. These are not real marks, but I want to create. So for I in range 1, 2001. Why 2001? Because the range function starts from I, n minus 1. That's why if you want 2000 students data, you need to write 2001 here. Hope it is clear. Okay. Then see, I am using another loop called as J for writing the marks. Okay, 0, 5 because here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have taken 5 subjects. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I am giving a range 5. In that, I am selecting randomly some marks between 40 to 100. Some marks between 40 to 100 or 30 to 100. It's up to you. And then I am writing the I, J, and marks. The 0th row is for the header, the name of the subjects. The first row, that's why I am writing 1 here, not 0. Okay. So in 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. So like 2, 0, 2, 1, 2 means every row will be filled with marks in sheet 1. Similarly, I am using the same loop for sheet 2. After that, I am saying my workbook dot save. This will save the data which you have written in the Excel file. I just repeat. First, you have to create the workbook, add the sheet. In the sheet, you can generate your own means labels, and then by making use of a 2-dimensional double loop, means a nested loop basically, I am writing the marks. So let me execute this program for you. See dir, there is no only Python files are there. Only Python files. There is no Excel file. There is no Excel file. So let me let me call the program. Means let me execute the program. So it is asking enter file name. Let me write Edumoon mock dataset dot XLS. I entered it. Now immediately the output has come. Means without any output, the prompt has come back. That means successful execution happened. Now you want to see clearly it has created just now. My time is My laptop time is 611. So that means just now the file has been created. There is no magic here. So let me open it. You can clearly see I have created in front of you 2000 students data. This data may not be real. This data may not be real, but it looks like real. Student names. If you want to write the student name also, you can write. You can also write the student roll numbers. See, engineering drawing, C programming, semester 1. You go to semester 2, discrete mathematics, electrical machines, electronic device and circuits, database management systems, data structures. I hope you people are enjoying the class. So now, sir, why you created this file? From this huge file, I am going to create the data frame. Initially, we created only simple data frame with list of list, dictionary. But now I am going to create the data frame from this particular Excel file. Load Excel data into Pandas data frame.gui. Okay. So what is the file that we have created just now? The file what we created is Edumoon mock data set .xls. So I have given the file name here. Then now line number 10. Everybody see line number 10. Line number 10 starts with a keyword called as with, WITH. What is with? With is a context manager. It will open a context, right? Then one of its functionality is kind of a loop, right? Now, by opening the file, basically see what I am writing. With pandas.excel file is a method which will open the file in read mode. Which will open the file in read mode. As an object is required for opening a file. See, it is very simple. If you want to read something, you are going to use an object given by God, that is eyes. Through eyes we will read. If you want to write something, you will use an object called as a pen, marker, pencil, whatever it is. Sketch pen, right? For writing something, you need an object. For reading something, you need an object. Similarly, for files also, if you want to read a file or if you want to write something into a file, you need an object. So that object is defined here. So pandas.excel file will open an Excel file provided and an object is created. My Excel file read object. So for reading it, for reading purpose. So see here, my data frame 1 equal to pandas.read_excel. It will read the entire Excel file in terms of a data frame. Okay. So in read Excel, you have to give two things. One is the object and the sheet name. So we have sheet 1 as SEM1 marks. We have sheet 2 as SEM2 marks. So my data frame 1 equal to Pandas read Excel. Similarly, my data frame 2 equal to. So we are creating data frame from the Excel file and I am printing the data frames here. So let me execute this program. See clearly, a data frame. It is not
So,
giving all the
sir,
values. It is
excuse
given
me, sir. So the screen is not being visible.
from what time?
Screen is not being shared, sir.
Yeah, yeah. I was sharing the screen and talking. How long the screen is not visible?
For 1 minute, sir.
Okay, 1 minute means okay.
Yes,
Is it visible now?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible now, sir.
Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am calling a context manager, like with opening the file, do the following. That's what the keyword with says. So I am opening a Excel file with an object, my Excel file read object. Then I am creating a data frame from from a method called as read Excel. Pandas.read Excel, Excel read object, and sem1 marks sheet. Similarly, Excel read object, sem2 marks, and then I am printing the data frame. You can clearly see that a data frame has been created with both the sheets. This is the first data frame, first 5 students data and the last 5 students data. 2000 rows, 5 columns. Similarly, the next one. So a data frame can be created by an Excel file also. A data frame can be created by using the Excel file also. Fine. Now I can also do something like my data frame one dot describe. What is describe? Let us see. Similarly, my data frame 2 dot describe. So describe means it will describe the data set. What is describe? Let us see. It will do some fundamental analysis of data available in the data frame and it will plot us. So let me print it. I think by default it will print. And let me come into the printing the data frame part. Yeah, you need to print it. So when you are printing the describe method of my data frame 1, you can clearly see count is 2000. That means there are 2000 rows. What is the mean? What is the standard deviation? What is the minimum value? What is the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and what is the maximum value in the data set? It describes. Okay. So there are so many other things in Pandas package, which I will definitely explain. So with this, we will put a halt to data frame concepts. And then I want to create one more data fabrication. So just now we understood how to create our own data in terms of Excel file. Now let us create another data set. A data set should have registration number, student name, gender, department, email ID of the student, contact number. For example, you need CGPA also of a student. So in this format, I want to create a data set. This data set shall be in terms of comma separated value file, basically CSV file. So tomorrow we will learn this concept. Today it will be heavy because it's almost 6:25. So only 5 minutes are left. So tomorrow I am going to teach you then why to learn CSV files. What is a CSV file? And why we need to learn concepts of CSV file. All these things I will explain you in tomorrow's session. Thank you all the participants for your patient listening. Thank you, Vikas, for giving me this opportunity today. So over to you for question and
Yeah,
answer session.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir. There are no questions, sir. That's the only doubts that people asked right now. Everyone understood the concept very clearly. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time and your suggestions.
I hope the sessions are informative and you can share your valuable feedback also.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'll be posting the feedback form also in the WhatsApp groups, so then we can see the form also.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I will send you
Thank
the
you, sir.
programs in WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Yes, sir.
guys.
Thank you so much.
See you tomorrow.
Thank. Yes, thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay.
So that's it, guys, for today. Let's meet again tomorrow, 5 p.m. I'll be posting the YouTube live link in the WhatsApp group again tomorrow, so that we can see again tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Bye.